There are things in the Bible you have to find. You should have insight. Hello. Okay. So the Bible talks about a man, a husband, to be a covering. Are we together? You have seen it in yeah. It's a cover. It's the head. A covering. Just as Christ is the head of the church, is a covering of the church. It's a principle. So you can only partake from something that covers you. That was the sin Adam committed. Hello. That's why when Eve ate, nothing happened. When the covering ate, there was terrible consequences. Hello. Are we together, saints? Okay. So now we can only partake from something that covers us. You can never be in a shade when you are not under a tree. You can actually pretend as though you are under a tree, but you are not under a tree. You can only benefit from a tree you are under. Is it true? Yeah. Can we read? We go on. Verse 23. And Adam said, this is now born of my, and flesh of my. Yeah. So he was saying, this is born, this is mine. This is what? This is mine. That's why he took Eve from where? Rib. From the side. She shall be called what? Woman. As we said the other day, a man with a womb. Okay? So a man with a womb, that is Adam with a womb. So a name was given. Are we together? Okay? Because man there is just Adama. Okay? Because she was taken out of man. Yeah. Because she was taken out of man. So Adam was saying, this is mine. I will cover her. He gave her his name. You are Adama, but you have a womb. You are Adama, but you have a womb. You are mine. Are we together? I will cover you. But he never did. He never stopped the snake. Yeah, never stopped the snake. Now listen. When we bring it to church, listen. To stop a pastor from killing snakes, that snake may grow into a dragon. That's why, the pastors that are afraid of their members, it's terrible. You are taming an animal, a beast that will turn on you and eat you. Yes. Adam knew the consequences. Eve didn't know. I'm telling you, she was innocent. Yeah, she was talking. This dude told me. So she was just repeating what she was taught. Don't touch that tree. They said, no, we don't want. We can't eat from this thing, man. We cannot eat. They said, no, you do not know the revelation. This is what God doesn't want you to become. So she listens and said, Adam left this script. Yeah, that was the reasoning. Adam left this script. He didn't tell me this. Adam was supposed to jump in and kick out the snake. Listen, Jesus said, in fact, Paul said that Christ is the what? The head. The church is the what? The body. The husband is the what? The head. And the woman is the what? The body. Now, that is Adam and Eve. Amen. Okay, so now the snake was tolerated by Adam. That's what Jesus come and do. When He came and he killed the snake. He did what? He stepped on it. Genesis 3 verse 15. He did what? He killed the snake. He killed the snake. That's what the Bible says. John came and said that he destroyed the works. Yeah. Jesus accomplished it. He didn't want his woman to suffer the same. Okay. So now he said, now, listen, church, I have disarmed this serpent. He has, I have disarmed him. Okay, now, church, go now and take over. Take over. Are we together? Now, this church comes raw. Are we together? This church comes raw. They are people that have been, they were entangled in the things of the world. They were trained by a system. They were trained by what? By a system, by a satanic system. And then God, comes and says, okay, for this to be an army, I am going to appoint or to call men to do what? To train them. That's why we are here. There is a need to understand fatherhood and the importance of being under. There is protection. There is huge protection. That Adam was given that mandate to cover his wife. He never did that. Are we together? Okay, he never did that. Hello, saints. So now, Ephesians 5:23. Ephesians 5:23, let us read that one and then we'll move on. Ephesians 5:23, the Bible says, for the husband is head of the, not boyfriend. As also Christ is the head of the church and he is the savior of the body. Okay. So the husband is the head of the wife. It's a covering. The covering of the wife. However, biological fathers may not tell us everything. You know that biological fathers can never tell us everything. They have, they're not born again, some of them. All right. That's why God brings other fathers in our lives. That's why Paul said, you do not have many fathers. He said, you do not have many, so one may have few. You do not have many, you may have many instructors, but you do not have many fathers. You do not have many fathers. Fathers are not easy to find. So, the next father you may encounter is a spiritual father. That is, the first spiritual father, the one that leads you to the Lord. I have a spiritual father led me to the Lord. Raymond is my nephew. It's the one that led me to the Lord. Until today, I still recognize that. That can never be erased. He is now in Australia. Every time when we talk, when he phones, or when I phone, we never end our conversation without talking about what happened in 1994. And he will never end a conversation and say, I'm very proud of you. Now, listen, he's much younger than me. The time I gave my life to the Lord, he was in grade 9. He was quite a young man. Okay? But when he's talking, when he starts talking like that, then I'm very proud. He talks to like a son. But he calls me uncle. Hello? Mm-hmm. Yes. So now when we're talking on that platform, is my father. But he's my nephew. Much younger than me. It's not about age. It's not about age. So you can have a son who is 70 years old and can regard you as someone, he can be looking up to you. Hello. So somebody that leads you to the Lord, that's the first encounter. I mean, second encounter, biological, then one who leads you. Of course, in between you may have several fathers. Okay? Anyway, how to recognize a father? A father will give you love. A father will love you. A father will care. A father will love you and will care. And many times we misinterpret care. Okay? It's a care. God puts it in there. Yes. God just puts it in there. The care. So now some they feel is interfering in my affairs. No, it's the care. Are we together? It is the God care. You would want to know how the sheep is. Yes, it's not interfering or being nosy. No. It is a care. You just want to know how the individual is doing. You know, yes. Okay? That's why, the pastors, they may ask certain questions. Not ask certain questions. They would want to come to your house, come and know, yes. They just want to know, And somehow, I learned it from my pastor, Pastor Mtonga, a very caring man. Very caring man. Yeah, very caring man. He would rebuke, not because he hates somebody. He would rebuke. He would, in fact, in our youth, he was our youth pastor. He would call us and say, he'd call somebody and say, I heard that you are in a relationship with that one. Yes, he said, stop it. Yeah, just like that. Yes, stop it. I say, why? I say, no, just stop it. I say, but Pastor, why? He said, no, just stop it. You stop it. Yeah, we ended the relationship just like that. Just go, Pastor said it. We can't continue. Yes, we ended it. Now when I look back, I say, wow, the man knew. Yes. Now, when we are in church, listen, pastors look at members as children. That's how it is. Yes. You wouldn't want anything to happen to. Yes, you don't want anything to happen. Okay? Let me tell you one thing. There are moments, like for these dancers, when I can, if I just hear they left this place, left in the night and walked, get upset. I can even drive from there, even if there is no fuel. I will say, God, if this thing stops on the way, at least I will be with them. Yes. Hello. Okay. So, that's a father. Care. Care is a virtue. Now, many times, that can be deprived. A father can be deprived. That's why parents get frustrated when they are trying to express the care and the children are rejecting it. Yes. No, stop that. Don't do this, do this. And the child, yes. They get frustrated. It's very frustrating. The same thing in church. Hello. Okay, so number one, love. Fathers love. Number two, care. They care. Number three, the life of God. They have the life of God. So how to recognize? They love, they care, and they have the life of God. Zoe. They give life. Jesus, listen. Jesus went to his hometown alone. Jesus was alive. In fact, himself announced it. Nobody said it. He said, I'm the way, the truth, and The life. In other words, he said, I am the Zoe. Yes, I'm the Zoe. And he said, if anyone comes to me, you will have life. So now, Zoe walked into Nazareth. And he expected people to receive from Zoe. But Zoe could not be released. That brought about a frustration. In fact, he said, the prophet has no honor in his hometown. And what did he do? He left. Where people can see him as a father. A father, listen, father simply means Abba. Abba in Hebrew. Abba means source and sustainer. So now you can't see God any other thing but source for us to receive from him. Any person that one has submitted to in a church, you have to see him as a father. Someone if you see him any other thing, you can never receive from the person. Miracles not happen in churches because people have become familiar with the pastor. That's why you know that a pastor can go somewhere, he can be received and things can happen. Come back to his hometown. Oh yes, come back to his hometown. They see him as an instructor. Yeah, nothing. Just nothing. Are we together, saints? Are we together? Okay. Nothing. Not because there is someone will start wondering, but why was those things happening there? I used to ask myself, but why? There people were, there was so much power. But here, what is wrong? Yeah. Even if Jesus, listen to me. Do you know that Judas walked with Jesus? Yes. God. He walked with God. He walked with who? God. He was with God for 3.5 years. The best pastor in the world. He did not despise Jesus the day he decided to betray him. No. Jesus was anointed. The woman came with perfume. He despised it. He said, why in the West? Just washing your feet. Let us sell it. Yeah, that spirit. Let us sell it. Now, that spirit is still around today. You cannot waste it on. We cannot put it on you. Let us sell it and give it to others. And the idea wasn't to give it to others. No. It was for himself. So let us sell rather than wasting it on you. This is a waste. That is undermining somebody. Yes. Said, you are not so important to receive this. Yeah, that was Judas. Are we together? Okay. All right. So miracles did not happen there, not because Jesus' power that time wasn't present. He had all the power. But they did not see him as a source. They saw him as a what? Carpenter. They saw him... they saw him as a carpenter. They said, this guy, even his brothers are here. Those brothers, those dead ones there. His mother is here. The mother is there. Who is this one? Now, they saw others that at least had some faith in him, got healed. Even that could not change their perception of Jesus. And I close. Listen. The most difficult place to preach in is when people are not under. You want to reach them. Are we together, saints? Yes. You want, no matter what, you can dance. You want. And that will actually hinder the flow of the spirit. That's why Sundays, you guys that worship lead. Hello? That's why you have to pray. I'm telling you to break foul spirits. Okay? When you are leading in, that's why you find that in certain services, like evening services, there will be a flow. Yes, a flow, like services like this, there will be a flow. But come Sunday service, because others are not under, Yes. Others, they're, in fact, waiting for something to go wrong. I'm telling you, yeah, just for something to go wrong. Others are, yeah, just, despised. Yes. So that, will crumble. The service will not be so. Are we together, sense? Yeah. Now, if you go in certain places where you find there is that, people have understood that fatherly thing. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. There will be the flow. There will be miracles happening. There will be breakthroughs in the house. Yes, things will just be happening because God is a principle. God is, if things flow from the head down. Psalm 133, just put it up there and we'll be closing. Psalm 133. Do you know why we waste so much time, no breakthroughs and so on? We have broken the order. Yes, broken the order. We have pastors for lunch. We eat them for lunch, for supper. You can't. Listen, behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to do what? To dwell together in unity. Verse 2. It is like the precious oil upon the what? The head. Upon the what? The head. This place, listen, this pulpit was introduced in Ezra. It is a place of blessing. It is a place in the pulpit ministry was introduced in Ezra. They used to come here, this idea of lifting the thing. Yes. So they put a podium and lift, and then the priest will start blessing the, yes. Hello. They will start blessing the what? The congregation. Bless them. When David danced, okay, the Bible says, then he finished, he went to do what? To bless his household. He went to do what? To bless his household. Now, the Michel was barren before. She don't become barren at that point. In fact, I just had that revelation this afternoon. I was thinking about it and said, she not become barren because she got married to David way before that incident. Way before King Saul died. She was his wife, but she never had children. Receiving David was going to open her womb. Yeah. Do you know what I said? Receiving David was going to end barrenness. But she rejected him. David was the cover. And he came back to bless his household as a husband. But she rejected him. Yeah. And the Bible says she remained barren. So how do we end barrenness? Listen. How do we end barrenness? How do we make things move? It's receiving. Receiving. Do we know how to receive? How to receive someone as a father, not as an instructor. Even if you're not calling him Papa, that is nothing. I don't even like it. Okay? It's not about Papa or Daddy. No. Those things are not so important to me. No. Okay? This thing, the titles are not so important to me. I'm telling you. It's the attitude. The attitude. Someone can call you Papa, but in their heart they say useless man. Yes. Yeah. It's the attitude within. So you receive somebody as a father in attitude. Receive someone. That's when you can receive from such an individual to end barrenness and to see things move in one's life. Telling you. Want to see things move? Receive someone as a father. Never be lied to. And they say, for me, I honor God, but I dishonor this one. It is a lie, it's a demonic. Listen, God can never jump. Yes, he can't. You cannot despise. You cannot despise. Let me say this. You cannot despise a pastor and expect. No, it doesn't work like that. You can never take a position to fight a pastor. Never. Do yourself a favor. You can never do that. Even if he's wrong, you can't. You can't. You can't. You can't. You can never do that. Can't. It's dangerous. You can't. Okay? Some people say, you know, no, we are all Christians, we are Christians. But it's the anointing. The office. Okay, you can't. You can't. Okay.